Bureaucracy and politics. Two words that often stir strong emotions. They are often seen as opposing forces, yet they are deeply intertwined. Understanding this complex relationship is crucial for comprehending how societies function. Let's start by defining these two concepts individually. Bureaucracy, in its simplest form, refers to the structured systems and rules that govern organizations, especially in government. Think of it as the machinery of the state, ensuring consistency and order in the delivery of public services. Its key characteristics include hierarchy, specialization, and formalized rules. Politics, on the other hand, is the art of governing. It encompasses the processes by which decisions are made, power is distributed, and resources are allocated within a society. It is inherently about negotiation, compromise, and the pursuit of different interests and goals. Both bureaucracy and politics are essential for a functioning society. While bureaucracy provides the framework for efficient administration, politics sets the direction and priorities for collective action. The concepts of bureaucracy and politics are not new. They have evolved over millennia, shaping the course of civilizations. From ancient empires to modern nation-states, the relationship between these two forces has been a constant dance of cooperation and conflict. Ancient civilizations like Egypt and Rome developed sophisticated bureaucratic systems to manage their vast territories and populations. These systems, characterized by hierarchical structures and specialized roles, facilitated tax collection, infrastructure development, and military organization. The Middle Ages saw the rise of feudalism, a decentralized system where power was distributed among lords and vassals. While less bureaucratic than its predecessors, this system still relied on oaths of fealty, customary laws, and rudimentary administrative structures. The Renaissance and Enlightenment brought about new ideas about governance, emphasizing reason, individual rights, and the separation of powers. This period witnessed the emergence of modern nation-states and the development of more complex bureaucratic structures to manage their growing functions. The relationship between bureaucracy and politics is often characterized as a delicate balancing act. Both entities need each other, yet they also compete for power and influence. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for analyzing how societies function. Bureaucrats, by virtue of their expertise and institutional knowledge, wield significant power in implementing policies and shaping public outcomes. They are the ones who translate political visions into concrete actions, making them crucial players in the policy process. Politicians, on the other hand, hold the mandate of the people and are responsible for setting the overall direction of the government. They are elected to represent the interests of their constituents and make decisions that impact the entire society. This inherent power imbalance can lead to tension and conflict. Bureaucrats may resist policy changes they deem impractical or contrary to their expert judgment. Politicians, in turn, may view bureaucratic inertia as an obstacle to their agenda or a challenge to their authority. To truly grasp the interplay between bureaucracy and politics, let's look at some real-world examples. From healthcare to environmental regulation, the dance between these two forces shapes our daily lives in profound ways. Consider the implementation of a new healthcare policy. Politicians, driven by electoral promises or ideological convictions, may enact sweeping reforms aimed at expanding coverage or reducing costs. However, the success of these reforms hinges on the bureaucracy tasked with their execution. Bureaucrats in health ministries and regulatory agencies are responsible for translating broad policy goals into specific regulations, procedures, and guidelines. Their decisions on eligibility criteria, reimbursement rates, and quality standards can significantly impact the policy's effectiveness and public perception. Another example is environmental protection. Politicians might pass laws to combat climate change or reduce pollution, driven by public pressure or international commitments. But it is the environmental agencies and regulatory bodies that are responsible for enforcing these laws. Bureaucrats in these agencies develop and implement regulations, issue permits, monitor compliance, and enforce penalties. Their decisions on permissible emission levels, protected areas, and enforcement mechanisms have real-world consequences for businesses, communities, and the environment. Given the inherent tension between bureaucracy and politics, how can societies achieve a balance that fosters effective governance and national progress? The key lies in recognizing the strengths and limitations of both entities and fostering a relationship of mutual respect and collaboration. Firstly, clear lines of accountability are paramount. While bureaucrats should be insulated from undue political interference, they must also be held accountable for their decisions and actions. Transparent mechanisms for oversight, performance evaluation, and redressal of grievances are crucial. Secondly, effective communication channels between politicians and bureaucrats are essential. Regular consultations, joint training programs, and platforms for sharing information and perspectives can foster mutual understanding and bridge the gap between policy formulation and implementation. Thirdly, investing in the capacity and professionalism of the bureaucracy is crucial. This includes attracting and retaining skilled personnel, providing ongoing training and development opportunities, and fostering a culture of meritocracy, integrity, and public service. When a nation successfully navigates the complex interplay of bureaucracy and politics, the rewards are substantial. A harmonious relationship between these two forces creates a virtuous cycle, leading to improved governance, economic growth, and social progress. A well-functioning bureaucracy, characterized by efficiency, transparency, and accountability, provides a stable and predictable environment for businesses to thrive. This, in turn, attracts investments, creates jobs, and boosts economic growth. Moreover, a responsive and accountable bureaucracy ensures that public services are delivered effectively and equitably to all citizens. This includes essential services like healthcare, education, infrastructure, and social security, which are crucial for improving living standards and reducing inequality. Furthermore, a balanced relationship between bureaucracy and politics fosters public trust in government institutions. When citizens perceive the government as fair, efficient, and responsive to their needs, they are more likely to engage in civic life, comply with laws, and support government initiatives. In this intricate dance of power, it's easy to feel lost, especially as individuals. Where do we fit in? What roles do we play in this complex interplay between bureaucracy and politics? As citizens, we are not merely passive bystanders. We have the right and responsibility to hold both bureaucrats and politicians accountable. We can do this by staying informed about government policies and decisions, participating in elections, and voicing our opinions through various channels. We can also engage with our elected officials and bureaucrats through letters, emails, town hall meetings, and community forums. By expressing our concerns, sharing our perspectives, and holding them accountable for their actions, we can contribute to a more responsive and accountable government. Furthermore, we can support organizations and initiatives that promote transparency, accountability, and good governance. By contributing our time, resources, or expertise to these efforts, we can help strengthen democratic institutions and ensure that they serve the public interest. The relationship between bureaucracy and politics is not always a harmonious one. When power goes unchecked, it can lead to corruption, ethical dilemmas, and a betrayal of public trust. Therefore, upholding ethical standards is paramount for both bureaucrats and politicians. Bureaucrats, as stewards of public resources and implementers of policy, have a duty to act with integrity, impartiality, and transparency. They must resist undue influence from political actors or special interest groups and base their decisions on facts, evidence, and the public good. Politicians entrusted with the responsibility of representing the people must prioritize the interests of their constituents over personal gain or partisan agendas. They must be transparent in their dealings, accountable for their decisions, and refrain from abusing their power for personal or political advantage. Corruption in any form erodes public trust, undermines the rule of law, and hinders economic and social progress. It is a cancer that must be eradicated through robust anti-corruption mechanisms, ethical leadership, and a culture of integrity at all levels of government. The quest for a balanced and effective relationship between bureaucracy and politics is an ongoing journey. As societies evolve, so too must their systems of governance. Embracing reforms and innovations is essential for adapting to new challenges and improving the lives of citizens. Technological advancements offer promising avenues for enhancing transparency, efficiency, and citizen engagement. E-governance initiatives, open data platforms, and online citizen feedback mechanisms can empower citizens, streamline government processes, and reduce opportunities for corruption. Furthermore, Promoting a culture of continuous improvement within the bureaucracy is crucial. This includes encouraging innovation, experimentation, and data-driven decision-making. Learning from best practices in other countries and sectors can also provide valuable insights for improving governance. Moreover, fostering greater collaboration between the government, private sector, and civil society is essential. By working together, these stakeholders can leverage their respective strengths, resources, and expertise to address complex challenges and develop innovative solutions. The relationship between bureaucracy and politics manifests differently across the globe, shaped by unique historical, cultural, and political contexts. Comparing these systems can provide valuable insights for improving governance models. Some countries, like those in Scandinavia, are known for their efficient and transparent bureaucratic systems, characterized by high levels of public trust and low levels of corruption. These countries often prioritize meritocracy, professionalism, and a strong service orientation within their bureaucracies. Other countries, particularly those with weaker governance institutions, may struggle with bureaucratic inefficiency, corruption, or political interference in the administrative process. In such contexts, strengthening the rule of law, promoting transparency, and empowering independent oversight bodies are crucial steps for improvement. By studying and learning from the successes and failures of different governance models, countries can identify best practices, adapt them to their specific contexts, and work towards creating more effective, accountable, and responsive systems of governance. In conclusion, the dance of power between bureaucracy and politics is a complex and ever-evolving one. There is no one-size-fits-all solution, and striking the right balance requires ongoing dialogue, adaptation, and a shared commitment to the public good. Ultimately, the success of any governance system hinges on the collective efforts of all stakeholders. Citizens must be engaged, informed, and willing to hold their leaders accountable. Bureaucrats must act with integrity, professionalism, and a commitment to serving the public interest. Politicians must prioritize the needs of their constituents over partisan interests and strive to create a more just, equitable, and prosperous society for all. By working together with a shared vision and a commitment to the common good, we can ensure that the dance of power leads to a brighter future for all.